Hey guys, so today I'm just going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to do some energy pulling and some light triggers, and also what I'm going to do is just kind of talk about the music I'm listening to, kind of ramble about that. Hopefully, offer some music recommendations and whatnot. So, I guess let's get started. So, let's see, where to start. Off topic. So I actually just finished writing chapter two. I really went and wrote a crazy person this week. Um, I'm gonna kind of look at it a little bit more before I decide to start reading it. But it gets kind of crazy in chapter two. Especially for Jason. Jason, it gets really like you learn a couple new things about Jason and his past and everything. On more on the relationship front, but yeah, things get pretty interesting in chapter two. Now, as for music, um, I've been listening to like, well, it depends on what mood I'm in. It's like it can range. Like usually I have these like periods where I'll listen to a certain genre of music, but for this year that hadn't been the case. I've just been listening to everything at this like, but just I guess the tone of music would vary depending on the season. That's kind of how I usually work. Is that depending on the season, I will listen to a certain genre of music. Well, this year's, I guess it depends on the tone. Like for the summer, I was listening to a lot of synth wave, like very like I wouldn't say poppy synth wave, but very happy synth wave. Like let's see, a couple bands I can recommend. Tesla Boy would be one. It's really I you love like the 80s like music. Tesla Boy is really good. Um There's another one. The Midnight is really good. Their EP Nocturnal is amazing. I'm addicted to that EP. It came out this year, so it's fairly new. So if you guys want to check out the Midnight, just they're really good. Um, Betamax, a lot of early Betamax um, is a lot more of a. It's this their last album they just released. It's still growing on me, but Plug and Play is my album. That is my album with Betamax. Um, let's see, FM84, and I love it. Oh my God, FM84 is really good. That's a good one. Time Cop 1983, Miami Nights 1984. What's another one? Uh, La Cassette. If I'm saying it right, La Cassette is LE and then cassette. um, I'm tired, y'all. They're good. La Cassette is really good. Um, let's see if I can remember any more. College is a good one. If you've seen the movie Drive, you know who College is. Um, Electric Youth, same. If you've seen Drive, you've heard Real Human Being, Real Hero. It's called a Real Hero, but if you know what I'm talking about, if you heard that song, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to watch Drive because Drive is an excellent movie. Um, but yeah, I usually listen to a lot of synthwave and stuff in the summer months, but I've been listening to a lot of like dark synthwave and like Perturbator, and basically I just been listening to a lot of dark synthwave. um, Perturbator's one, Mr. Kitty is another one I listen to. Empathy Test is really good. Alex is good. Sonic Mayhem is another one. Gunship is really good. I've been listening to Black Sun on Black Sun on the Horizon. I was thinking of a different word, but it's called Black Sun on the Horizon. It's one of my favorite songs from Gunship. I like both versions. The original, the first version I heard was the remix, and the original, it had to grow on me. But then like now I just can't stop listening to the original. Like it's a good band. Um, they also did Tech Noir is really good from them. What's another song? Pink Mist is really good. Shadow Furies, I love Shadow Fury. Um, yeah, that's the only ones I can think of right now. Um, let's see, what else? What else? What else? Lost Years, another good synthwave band I really like. Um, they did a lot of the Kung Fury. If you guys know Kung Fury, they did a lot of the soundtrack for Kung Fury. So yeah, Lost Years is really good. Okay, all right. But besides that, besides synthwave, um, I know I'm missing a couple ones that I listen to, and I can't think of because I'm blanking out on it. I don't know if Roosevelt is synthwave per se. I know he's indie, like indie pop. I don't know if he's synthwave per se, but Roosevelt's another good one. He's another good artist. Um, let's see. I'm trying to like go through my playlist. Well, I've said the majority of them. Kavinsky, if you like I said, if you've seen Drive, you know what I'm talking about. If I said his name right, Kavinsky. If I said it really, if I said it wrong, I apologize. But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of synthwave. I've also been listening to a lot of like new age, like Joy Division, Depeche Mode, The Cure, all that. I've been listening to a lot of them, a lot of the Smiths. Um, let's see, a lot of newer artists, like really indie new artists that I've been listening to. Um, Peveris is really good. They're really good. Um, their first album was really good, but their second album I love too much. Like I loved their first album, but their first album was what was their first album? They were kind of like experimenting with different directions to go. But their second album, like it's just so dark and beautiful. I just when I first heard it, I was just like I couldn't stop. So um, another indie artist that's really good is they're called MXMS, and I found them because I went to a Birthday Massacre concert a couple years ago, like 2 years ago, and I think it was the Birthday Massacre was there, MXMS was there, Common Christ was there, and I forgot the other band that was there also. But long story short, I um I discovered MXMS at the concert, and the first song she sang, I think, was her cover of Nirvana's "Something in the Way," and like it was, I haven't stopped listening to that band since. They have a good song called they have so many good songs. I'm blanking out on it. There's I Revenge. That's really good. Um, RX is really good. And they just released their cover of Carol Bells, if I can talk. Um, the Christmas song Carol Bells. It is one of the most beautiful Christmas songs I've ever heard in my entire life because it's so incredibly dark and it's so incredibly depressing. I love it so much. I like dark stuff. I like a lot of dark, macabre subjects and whatnot. It's very interesting to kind of really delve into that type of stuff and learn like the darkness within the human psyche. It's really phenomenal when you learn these different things and how deep you can actually go, and especially with music. And I guess that's why I've always been really drawn towards a lot of the darker genres of music. Um, I think it's because I love seeing how dark the human psyche can get. I love exploring the different aspects of the human psyche and just see the amazing creative pieces that come out of that, you know? Because I know we've all been in a dark place at one point in our lives, and where we listen to these songs and it's just like we were thinking everything they're saying, you know? It's really interesting. But I guess that's kind of what drew me to that type of, that type of music. I was never, I mean, I had a phase back when I was in like middle school where I was listening to a lot of mainstream music, but that was because like My Chemical Romance and Green Day and all that stuff. Basically when you're a middle schooler, what are you gonna listen to? Like America's Top Five. But I mean, I still love My Chemical Romance, so sue me. But yeah, I just smoke. Yeah, it's just I never really felt, inspired with like a lot of mainstream music. Like I can't sit there and like listen to mainstream and write because it just doesn't put me in that place. It's not that it's bad or anything. It's not that the artists. I think the artists are not good. Just it doesn't resonate with who I am. And plus, I enjoy finding indie artists. Artists that people haven't listened to, because sometimes you're ahead of the curve. Like you think like you're into this band or you're into this artist, and then like a couple years later, everyone starts getting into the artist, and you can like honorably say, "Well, I was into them first." Although I don't really say that out loud. I just think it because I know it's annoying. Like you're just like you get into an artist like, yeah, well, I was into them before they got popular, and you're just like, oh my god, you're one of those people. No, I won't tell you that. I'll think it. I'll think it to myself. Um, but that's why I like discovering new artists. I like discovering new musicians and stuff because it allows you to kind of be ahead of the curve. It allows you to kind of start your own trend and stuff. Um, let's see. More music I'm listening to. Another indie artist I found is Mr. Kitty, and I found Mr. Kitty by listening to the empathy test station on Pandora. I was on my way to my aunt's for Thanksgiving, and while listening to Pandora, I stumbled upon Mr. Kitty. Mr. Kitty is one of the best artists, like literally one of my favorite artists that I've heard in a while, and I'm totally late to that train. Um, he's been out for a while, but yeah, one of my favorite. Like literally, I've been listening to Mr. Kitty for the past month now. I've been listening to Empathy Test for the past month now, and I honestly can think my top 5 artists that I've listened to in the past month have been Empathy Test, um, MXMS, Pevris, uh, The Birthday Massacre, and Mr. Kitty. Um, the other five, and if we're gonna go top 10, Bauhaus, and this is not by like best, this is just how much I listen to them. So like, I'm not saying like this artist is better than the other artist. I'm just saying this is how often I listen to them. But number six would be Bauhaus. Number seven would be Insomnium. I think Insomnium. Because I'm trying to debate whether it was this or that. Insomnium. Then I've been listening to what's my number? What's my number eight? Number eight. I guess I can say my number eight has been Gunship. My number nine was let's see. What would my number nine be? And I'm not gonna remember the top 10 when I'm done. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Number nine, I would say, would be Catatonia, and 10 would be Oliver Arnolds, which is a classical. He's a classical music composer, and he's good. He's really good. So those are my top 10 that I've been listening to for the past month now. And sometimes I'll stray towards like industrial, like Rammstein, Dermion Catalot, I think it's called Dermion Catalot. Just let's see. I guess you can say Marilyn Manson is industrial, sort of. I don't know. But like more of the older Marilyn Manson. Death Stars, oh my god, Death Stars. Sometimes. Like I've been listening, I love Cyanide and everything, so Death Stars is another one. What's another industrial band that I listen to? I don't want to, I think it's Die Krups, if I'm saying it right. I'm probably saying it wrong. Die Krups. That's another industrial band I listen to. I think that's pretty much what I can think of at the top of my head. There's many more. That's what I can think of at the top of my head. Let's see. I haven't listened to grunge in a while, and I love listening to grunge on like Sundays for some reason. Like I listen to grunge specifically on Sundays for some reason, but I haven't listened to grunge in a while. Let's see. I think that's pretty much about it. As far as metal goes, like I said, Catatonia, Insomnium, Burzum, if I'm saying that right. That's like it's a Norwegian black metal band. Let's see what else I've been listening to in the metal front. Opeth, My Dying Bride, and there's this other metal band. I'm thinking there's other besides this one, but I just thought of this one because like I've listened to it a couple nights ago, and it is one of the most intense bands I've ever heard in my entire life. It's so intense. Like you cannot, like, you can't sleep with this band. This band is just. I mean, some maybe there's could be that one person who's like, yeah, I sleep listening to this band. But like for me, it's like it is so intense. Like the drums, the guitars, it's so intense. It's like the band's called Flesh God Apocalypse, and it is the most intense thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like I'm just like whole. It's just so much going on in that in like one song, and you're just like. I was like I started laughing because I was just like wow, this is like ridiculously intense. But I got a couple of their albums on my in my playlist. um let's see what else. uh okay, this isn't this okay, he's not a metal artist, but I've been I've annoyed my friends with this artist. His name is John Mouse. Johnmaus. Yeah, John Mouse. And I've been annoying my friends with that artist, especially with I think it's called this one of the songs is called Quantum Leap. It is the best song ever. Quantum Leap. Another one I really like is Crucifix. Let's see another one. God, I have so much fun with Quantum Leap. Uh, Hey Moon is a good one. It's really dark. I love Hey Moon though. That's good. Um, yeah, I have too much fun with John Mouse, y'all. Let's see. Metal. Uh, I know I'm forgetting another artist I listen to. Oh, Behemoth. That's another one. Um, and there's someone else. There's another artist that I'm totally forgetting right now, and I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, Goat Horror. I listen to Goat Horror. Um, they're actually from Louisiana, which I found that out late. Um, I'm originally from Louisiana. And I was like, really? I didn't know that. And my friend's parents apparently know them, so I'm just like, well, that's been under my nose my entire life. So, yeah, guys. Let's see if I can remember anything else that I probably haven't said already. Uh, I think that's pretty much all I can think of at the very moment when it comes to music. I mean, I listen to a lot of '90s hip hop, R&B, and everything else. '80s hip hop, '80s R&B, '70s R&B also, like a lot of like Motown and stuff like that. A lot of early 2000s R&B, early 2000s hip hop. Listen to all that. Um, but I listen to symphonic metal also. I love Camelot and Nightwish. Like Nightwish is my band. I love Nightwish to death. That's another one. Um, all right, that about wraps it up. So thank you guys for coming and watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope I gave you guys some new music recommendations. So um, have a good night.